I made a bowl, but it's this beautiful black and white combination, and because it's a bowl, it has sharp edges or steep edges, and the glaze dripped down, and it was just so beautiful. So I'm going to try and recreate that with a plate, and I don't know how this is going to work or what it's going to look like. This is a very Steve thing to do, by the way. It's just, hey, let's try it out and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is have the outer coat be black, but not completely covered. Have some spots that are less, some that are more, and not have it be a symmetrical pattern of any kind. This is very hard for me as a former math teacher to not have a plan or a formula or anything like that, and just sort of mix it up and try it out. So thanks for joining me on my quest of being a little bit uncomfortable. Bring that over a little bit more coverage here. Alright, I am going to fully cover this just in a minute. Alright, and then I'm also going to do the same on the back. I guess I'm going to be more consistent on the back. So I want the base coat to be black, mostly. And then I'm going to start mixing with white, and then I'm going to dump some more black over top of that. So that's kind of the way this is going to go. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I did have a bowl that I did something similar to this with, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. So, but again, the problem is that, like, this is the only place where it will really run on a plate. It'll run from here to there, and then it sort of pools in the middle. So there's not a lot of dynamic motion inside of this area of the plate. So let's let that dry for a minute. Alright, this has been drying for a while now. I can touch it and it doesn't flake off or anything. So I'm going to now try and make sure the entire plate everywhere gets a first coat of glaze over top of it. Probably should just cover everywhere evenly with the white coat. Sure. Let's go with that. That dry a little bit. Now what I do know is that the black, if you put black right over top of white, it will, if it has some area to move a little bit, it will make kind of a spotted, almost marbled look with these specific glazes. These are low fire glazes from the ceramic shop. So I am going to cover the whole outside with white as well once this dries down a little bit. This is, by the way, made more difficult by the fact that I know I want the video camera to see kind of what's happening. And so for this, see that spot right there where the white didn't get onto that spot? I'm actually going to leave that because the look I'm going for is not completely uniform. So I am actually very okay with this not being totally covered. I'm making this set for a friend of mine who, they actually saw that bowl and they were like, wow. And then they ordered a whole plate set. And they wanted it in black and white. I think I could really surprise them if I could fiddle around with these a little bit and make them look just like that bowl. Because they really liked it. Alright, let that dry. Alright, on this final coat, what I'm going to try is just to have some really thin lines. There, something like that. And that's what I'm hoping will make it look sort of like what the bowl looks like. Just to have a little bit of movement with this. And I don't want it to be uniform. I don't want it to be a pattern necessarily. So I also don't want that though. Alright, and this one I'm going to try and hit way up here. Ooh, yeah, like that. Now, I also know that I do need to have a little bit of this kind of pouring down the side look. So, I'm going to try for some of that. Alright. Yeah, it's just becoming a mess. Oh, I hope this turns out. Another way to get kind of a dynamic look to a glaze that I found is if you put it on the wheel and like turn it around slowly, and you can kind of throw glaze at it and it'll look like it's moving. Because the pot itself was moving when the glaze actually hit it. It's not bad though. Honestly, that'll do something. I'm not certain what. I have to clean the bottom off a little bit. And I'm going to hit this here. There. I feel like that side wasn't getting quite the attention it needed. So, and I didn't want another thing going through the center, so there we go. We'll see. Quite interested in how this will turn out. We had a kiln opening and I am really excited to show you something that I think is very cool, and I don't know, I'm just really excited to show you the results here. So let's grab this off the shelf. Here we are. Bam! Look at that. So I want to kind of do a little bit closer so you can see all of the variety that we have in there. We've got some solid white. You can see we've got black over white. We've got white over black, where you have spots that are a little bit lighter. And then I did 3 layers in some places, and you can see where it's darker on some, lighter on others. And then you've got that spotted pattern throughout. It's completely smooth on this surface. It's just really, really came out nice. On the outside it also formed shades of gray and black and white. Just a really neat pattern overall. So that was so cool when this came out the way that it did. So I'm going to start making some more of these and have a couple of, you know, maybe some sets like this, mugs, bowls, plates, we'll see. Anyway, so this was the first one. That was our test, and I love it, absolutely love it. Wanted to show you. All right, so there it is, our first. I think I showed glazing this, and now kind of pulling it out of the kiln. There we go.